Hi friends! Today we're going to be talking about our next year's curriculum for the 2022-2023 school year, and I cannot even tell you how excited I am to show you what we have chosen. So I have a lot of things here. I thought about breaking this video up into grade levels, but honestly, I really tried hard to be able to do a lot of our subjects together, and so it didn't really make sense to break up into 3 videos because there's not that much that's going to be different for each kid. So there are a few exceptions to that rule, like math, and Charlotte will have her own reading curriculum since she is nowhere near where the big kids are as far as her skill level. So, but most things we're able to do together next year, which is so exciting for me, since I feel like, and I think my kids feel like, the best parts of our day are the parts that we spend all 4 of us together. So I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to start with, I'm just going to go subject by subject. Oh, and before I get too far, we are with a public school charter. So we homeschool all of our schools completely at home. However, we do, we receive funds from the state of California to do our schooling, and we report back to them monthly as we go. And so none of my curriculum here is religious based. It's all secular based curriculum, but I do add religious content in on my own, and it's not that we are not supposed to do that. It's just that the school won't pay for religious materials. So just so you know, that is where we're at with all of those things. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with math. So first up, for my soon-to-be 5th grader, Beth will be in 5th grade next year, we're going to be doing Right Start Math. We do Right Start Math with her this year too. This was our first year with this curriculum, and for my struggling 4th grader, this was a revelation. They're shorter lessons, they are mastery lessons, and there's a lot of games and hands-on pieces to this. So it does take more time from me personally to get through this, but she has just excelled and done so well with math this year, and it's not been a struggle like it has been every year since she is in like 1st grade. So we're gonna be going on with level E of Right Start Math for her. For my 4th grader, Ellie's going into 4th grade, we'll be doing Math in Focus. We have done Math in Focus for her all the way through since kindergarten. Oops, I just dropped something. And it's been great. It is a mastery approach. It is also Common Core, very heavy Common Core. And I at first didn't love it, but as we've gone through, and I have gotten a little more used to the Common Core approach, I really enjoy this math program. So I will be doing a math comparison with this math, Right Start Math, and Saxon Math. That's what Beth was using previously, in between Math in Focus and Right Start. So stay tuned for that. I'd love it if you would click the subscribe button to make sure that you are able to see all of those videos. Next up, we have Math in Focus for my soon-to-be 2nd grader. She also is excelling under this math program, so there's no need to change any of that. Okay, so next up we'll talk about language arts. So my big kids are both going to be doing IEW again. We love this writing program. Sorry about the glare, guys. I thought I was doing better not wearing my glasses today, but obviously if it's a glossy book, it's going to glare with my ring light. So we love Mr. Pudawa and the IEW approach to writing. So much that even though we didn't really need to do an extra writing curriculum with the language arts program that I chose, we are still going to be doing this. However, right now Ellie is finishing up 1A, and Beth has started 2A. So at the end of the school year, Ellie will continue working through until she catches up with her sister so that they can both be in the same on the same week throughout the year, so it's a little bit easier and less time consuming for them. So next up, our new language arts program. I have never used this before, so I am not sure how to recommend it to you, but this is what we picked for next year. This is called Moving Beyond the Page. It is a full language arts curriculum. It is literature based, which is exciting to me. Both of my bigger kids love reading, and I cannot keep enough books in this house. So we are using Moving Beyond the Page. So this is the workbook. There are so many of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. We probably won't get through them all, guys. I'm just going to be real with you. I think that they're assuming like one a month for 12 months, but we're just not going to get through them all. So the way that this works is that there's a concept that they're learning. So concept 1 is interdependence. We chose the ages 8 to 10. No, it doesn't say it on this page. The ages 8 to 10 range for this particular curriculum because I liked the books in this age range the best. It wasn't really grade range, so it worked okay with my kids. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna read the book, and then there's questions for them. They need to go along with this, a journal, scissors, music from the time period. But anyway, there are books. So this is Little House in the Big Woods. It comes with the book for it. And then it does tell you materials. There are lessons with different skills that they want you to learn. And then you get all of your spelling and your vocabulary right inside of your lesson. Facts and definitions. There are links that you can go to. Activities for things. And there's narrations, and so like this activity is describe a memory, but some of the activities are make this recipe. There's a whole section on what setting is like and talking about setting with the kids. The life during this time period versus life today. What else is there in here? Here's the vocabulary page that they're gonna do. It's a pretty gentle approach, in my opinion. So since we're already gonna do IEW, I didn't want to make this be something that was like gonna be super time consuming and hard for them. So describe how they used certain resources, so like deer, tree, hickory, fish, their garden, survival things. There are just a lot of comprehension things in here. So really fun, engaging activities to do with these. Let's see, we have Little House in the Big Woods, Sadako, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I butchered it. And the Thousand Paper Cranes, Ben and Me, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which we have read as a family, but the kids haven't read on their own. The Sign of the Beaver, the BFG, which I think at least one of my kids has read before, but they will enjoy reading again. Pedro's Journal, Abel's Island, The Mystery of Meerkat Hill, Holes, and one of my personal favorites, Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. So we're really excited to dig into this curriculum. Actually, my kids are already asking if they, oh, there's a few more, sorry. My kids are already asking if they can read all of these books now, and I keep telling them no. Native American Animal Stories, A Kid's Guide to Japan. I don't know if that's like, I think that must be a companion to one of these. The Snow Queen. Some of these are small, so I think that they must be like a folktale section. The Sea King's Daughter, a Russian legend. The Island of the Skog. Fiona's Luck. And then it also does come with a timeline for these stories. So we'll be digging into that so I can learn how to do it all very soon. We have still 4 weeks of school to go through at this point. I guess it's only 3.5 now at the date I am filming this. Okay. Oh, one more thing about language arts. I haven't chosen one for Charlotte yet. So our school has decided that they were going to give like a list of acceptable core curriculum for all of the grades, and the curriculum that we're currently using is not on that list. So she's currently doing really well with it, but it's not listed as core curriculum for next year. So I'm not going to go with it, because even though I could use it and then also use one of their acceptable core curriculums, I don't want to add that much to my 7-year-old's school day. So we're going to go with either All About Reading or this Moving Beyond the Page has her grade level as well, but it's a little bit above where she is right now. So I don't want to frustrate her. So if by the end of the summer she's not reading more independently, then we will go with All About Reading. If she is reading on her own by the end of the summer, then she'll do Moving Beyond the Page, because I won't also have to do spelling and grammar with her. It's all included in this program. So Moving Beyond the Page says that they're only supposed to do 30 minutes of spelling a week, which is an online program that they can use. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a chance to look through all of that yet, but I like the idea of them not having a million things that they have a separate subject for. So we're going to try it out. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay, so science. I have always loved Nancy Larson science. We have done it for basically the entire time we've been homeschooling. But I have been just on a real mission to get almost all of my kids' subjects to be ones that they can do together. And so Nancy Larson has specific grade levels, and this year I split my big kids into doing the 2 of them by themselves and then Charlotte doing it by herself, which wasn't bad, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I went looking for something that would be more suitable for all of us to sit down and do together. So I am in a few homeschool groups. If you want, I have my own homeschool Facebook group where we talk about things like curriculum and stuff like that. It is Homeschool at Heart Help Group on Facebook. I will link it in the description box below, but I would love for you to join us. It's free and just wonderful. So anyway, the thing that I came up with for next year that we are going to try, actually I'm trying it this year because Charlotte's about to finish her science curriculum, and we have a few weeks left of school, is this printable unit study curriculum called, the company is called Harbor and Sprout. It is brand new this year. It has not been around for more than a few months. They have lots and lots of choices already though, and they have put out a list of what they're going to come up with in the next 2 years, and it's amazing, you guys. It's a subscription-based printable curriculum, and you can do a full curriculum with this. We are only using it for science and maybe some morning time stuff though. This is a really cool science program. So I will show you guys what is in here. So this program, this unit that I chose to do with Charlotte is the aviation unit, because we just got back a few months ago from a big trip where she went on her first plane ride. Actually, she went on her second plane ride because we went to Disney World twice in a year. I can't not believe that that happened. But we were planning to do it once. Just disclaimer, we're not like jet setters who just like take off on expensive vacations all the time. We figured out a way to do it the first time so inexpensively that we were able to go ahead and do it again. The second time was much more expensive, so I will tell you. So I don't have a lot of tips because it just depends on a lot of different factors, and I'm not exactly sure how we got it to be so cheap the first time, except that my husband worked really hard on that. So I am planning to share some of our trip. It's just a daunting task to edit all of the footage together. So look for that in the upcoming months, probably over the summer when we don't have school or as much school. All right, so back to science. Aviation unit. So first thing, they have lesson plans, which is magnificent. And then they tell you exactly what to do. They have lists for different age groups. They have their instruction broken down into sections for explorers, which are the littlest kids, investigators, which are probably about Charlotte's age, adventurers, and discoverers. So this curriculum is supposed to range from kindergarten all the way through, I think, age 12, which is 6th grade, I think. So all of elementary school, basically. And then it's broken into 4 weeks. So it has basically your script for each age group. And then it goes into, and you have to print all of this out. So I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's a lot for printing. We are going to be investing in a laser printer. I did this on an inkjet and it was kind of difficult. So, it'll be much better, but look at how beautiful it is, you guys. Okay. So there's a character that goes along with every single, different kind of lesson or different kind of unit. Sorry if I'm not explaining this super well. And then they have all of this beautiful artwork. The character is different every single time. So they have different nationalities, different cultures, and everything represented, which is really great. And then there's the lesson, but the first section is on the 4 forces of flight. So it talks about lift, weight, drag, and thrust. There's observations and activities for each thing, and you can print out different pages for different things, so that you can cover the age range that you have. So I only printed out the things for Charlotte's age range. So week 2 is Wonderful Wings and Extraordinary Engines. You're making paper airplanes for that, which she is gonna just love. And then there's flight records for how well each plane did. So that's really fun. Week 3 is Parts of a Plane. Week 4 is Traffic Collision Avoidance System, which we may not get through all of this before the end of the school year, but that's okay. We probably will circle back to it at some point. And I only printed out the science. There is also a nature study portion. So we will be doing a lot of nature study next year. is just my kids are very interested in it. We also are going to be doing California history and exploring some nearby national parks. If you don't know, my family is based in Southern California. And so our charter school is here in SoCal. And I just learned that not all charter schools in every state are the same. So if mine is vastly different than yours, I apologize. So anyway, I have collected some, with our end of the year funds, I collected some nature study things like nature anatomy. And the nature study that goes along with the aviation, as you can imagine, is birds. So I have the Law's Guide to Drawing Birds, the Law's Guide to Nature Journaling, Birding Adventures for Kids, and National Geographic Kids Fly With Me, along with some games that are birds. So like a match-a-bird where you match the male and the female of each species, and a bird bingo, I think. And then I also picked up Essential Succulents, the Beginner's Guide. We just started a succulent garden down by our, at the end of our driveway. And then I started on this, if you've seen my Instagram account, which is the same as my YouTube account, Homeschool at Heart, on Instagram, watercolor botanicals. I have started learning how to paint a lot of things myself so I can help the kids with their nature journals, which brings me to these Arteza notebooks that I bought. These are nice art paper on the inside of here. I bought them from this really cute little stationery store. These pencils that have long skinny erasers. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. And then I also picked up a travel watercolor set, which hopefully I can open. I have had it open. Haven't used it yet though. Oh my gosh, you guys, why is it that I'm always on camera when I can't do stuff? Anyway, it's a travel watercolor set. Oh my goodness. This is, you guys, this is real life. So it comes with a bunch of stuff that's probably all going to fall out when I try to show it to you. Anyway, these trays. Here's the watercolor set. Told you. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't realize that those would pop out though. Okay. Well, that's awesome, guys. Anyway, tiny watercolors. I'm such a spaz. A tiny little dish. And a watercolor brush pen. So all of that came in this little set from Amazon for around $13 to $15. Oh, and it came with a sponge that also fell. And a sponge. So you can fill up your little water brush pen with your water bottle. You can give yourself a little extra water with your water bottle. And then go to town on your watercoloring. In your cute little Arteza watercolor notebook. So that is what we're doing for science for next year. So there's going to be tons of opportunity. I'm going to let the kids choose what they want to do for each unit. We'll probably have to decide a little bit ahead of time. So I'll probably ask them each like their top choices, and then we'll go from there because I don't want to fight with them. But I do want to choose things that they are interested in learning so that they will be more excited about the actual learning part. Okay, and last but certainly not least, I'm really excited about our history, you guys. Okay, so I was looking for, I knew that it existed, but I could not figure out what it was. For the longest time, I spent like 2 months looking for this. I really wanted a literature-based California history program, to the point of starting to write one myself. Which, if you've ever tried to write even like a small unit study, it's a huge ordeal. So I didn't really want to do that, but I was gonna because I knew that there was like such fun possibility with literature-based California history. There's so many good books, you guys. But I ended up just by chance, like I was not looking for this at all when I actually found it, but I saw a YouTube video and I can't even remember who I saw, but Beautiful Feet is the publisher, but they make a literature-based California history. So that is what we're doing. There's this beautiful guide that goes with it and a million books. So I'll go through them in a second, but I just want to tell you, this is called Around California with Children's Books by Beautiful Feet Publishing. So you need, again, notebooking. We are going to be doing a lot of notebooking. We'll probably do a science notebook, a history notebook, and a commonplace book, which is a book that you write basically your favorite passages from things that you're reading. So I think that that'll be really cool for my big kids. I don't know that Charlotte will do that, but we will be doing it with my big kids. So we're notebooking so they can draw pictures, they can write short paragraphs, things like that in their notebooks about history. And it doesn't have to be anything like crazy or anything like that. It's just going to be their thoughts and their record of what they're learning. And then we can also show that to our teacher facilitator for their work samples. Now, this does cover the Ice Age. This publishing company actually is a Christian publishing company, so you can get some religious things from there. My school has agreed to purchase this one curriculum from there. I think there might be one more that doesn't have religious-based things in it. It does talk about the Ice Age, and it has like the Dr. Seuss Once Upon a Mastodon book that comes with it. But you can make what you will of it. So we probably will go on a field trip to the La Brea Tar Pits just to kind of check that out. But we probably will gloss over a lot of the Ice Age stuff. But then the next section is on California Indians. Let's see if I can. There's vocabulary words. You read a few chapters of the book. There's short lessons in here, which is great when you're trying to go from 2nd grade to 5th grade. So my 2nd grader will definitely appreciate that. There are animal studies in here that you can pick and choose from, which is super fun. Lots more library books that you can choose. There are crafts and things in here. So this is a very Charlotte Mason based approach to history, which is very exciting for me. If you saw my end of year review, you probably heard that I am leaning heavily into the Charlotte Mason methodology for next year. Just a lot more hands-on, a lot more child interest-led, and a lot more literature-based. So, and just really a lot more togetherness and spending time sitting around our table talking about different subjects. So I am excited about that. In here is like an acorn flower cake, lots of things to draw and talk about and go and do. So I'm really excited about that. So let me tell you what books are included in this curriculum. Adopted by Indians, a true story. It does come with a notebook, but we're not using this one. One of my kids will probably use it for something, but we're not using it for what they're intending it to be. Unless we do, we might use it for like a timeline notebook. It seems like it would lend itself to that. California Indians, the First Nations of North America, Once Upon a Mastodon, all about prehistoric animals. Jesse Benton Fremont, California Pioneer. We may not get through this whole curriculum this year either, guys. It's a lot. Riders of Pony Express. I would actually be fine, though, doing this over 2 years. Patty Reed's Doll, The Story of the Donner Party. I feel like I read this when I was a kid. Scott Odell's The Cruise of the Arctic Star. Again, oh no, this is not his. There is Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell in here. Yep, there it is. Blue Willow by Doris Gates. Esperanza Rising by Pam Munoz Ryan. For some reason I thought that was a Scott Odell book too, but it's not. With Open Hands. What does this say? A story about Biddy Mason. Cool. John Muir, America's First Environmentalist. Song of the Swallows. It's about the California missions. The Forest in the Trees. And a couple more. The Discovery of Americas. Of the Americas, sorry. The Story of California. Coolies. And Locomotive. So that is our exciting history program for next year. Okay guys, so that is everything that we are planning to do for next school year, except for Charlotte's reading program based on what occurs over the summer. She is going to be reading with me over the summertime, and we'll see where she gets. I just didn't want to make a decision based on what hadn't happened yet for her. And I would love to hear what you all are thinking about, what you might pick for curriculum for next year. And let me know also if you have any questions. I would love to answer any questions about what I've got going on over here. And we would also, like I said before, love if you would join our Facebook group. It's a lot easier to ask questions and get answers and pictures and things like that over there. Or if you're not looking for Facebook, you can find me on Instagram at homeschoolmamaatheart. And I would love to see you over there on Instagram too. As always, we'd love for you to stick around and subscribe and like this video. It really helps. Every little bit does. And I will see you in my next video.